Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of MRN Outloud. Getting set for race number 2 in the playoffs, heading to Richmond Raceway this Saturday. Our guest on the program, Austin Dillon, coming off a runner-up finish at Darlington last weekend in a thrilling finish. We'll talk with him about that and a whole lot more next on MRN Outloud.
Citywide to countryside. Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Go to HerculesTire.com. There you can find the nearest authorized Hercules retail location to you. Plus, you can use the tire tracker to find out which Hercules tire fits your vehicle the best. That's HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
We've been working hard. We worked hard in the sim this week to make the car take off better. It's an older setup that we've run here a long time, and we just adjusted it, tweaked it a little bit to take off a little better, and that's what we wanted, and it did, and that helped us keep our track position and ultimately give us a shot at a Southern 500. So close to one of the crown jewels again. I mean, I like winning those things. So, yeah, good run.
That's Austin Dillon coming off his runner-up finish at Darlington Raceway to open the playoffs last weekend. This week we head to Richmond Raceway. I had a chance recently to chat with Austin about that and a whole lot more as we move through the playoffs. Austin, in all sports, I know you're a big fan of many sports, momentum is such a big factor. Is that as true in racing as it might be in some of the stick and ball sports? And do you feel like you guys have some now?
Yeah, momentum is super key, and to win the way we did, it gives a different kind of momentum. It shows that your car is fast enough to compete with the best of the best. And we've been able to have speed at a lot of tracks this year at RCR and have multiple top 10s. And I'm pumped. Some of these tracks that we're going to in the playoffs, Vegas, we finished 4th, 6th at Bristol, and then a win at Texas. Richmond's been a good track for us in the past. So we've got really good tracks circled here for this playoff run, and we just want to take advantage of the opportunity we have this year.
Thinking of strategy in the playoffs with what we've seen over the last several years of it, do you feel like you have to be that guy who can just run off and hide from everybody as little as that happens this year, or is it more of a survive and advance type mode?
Well, you got two guys that have been dominant all year in Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick, and you almost feel like they've got two positions locked up at Phoenix. But there's two other spots out there I feel like that are up for grabs, and you want to be one of those guys that can take one. There's opportunities, like I said, at some of these tracks to get track position and win a race, and that can put you in there at Phoenix. And that's all you want. You want that opportunity, that coin flip of the Final Four. Building a fast race car to go for it all, that championship race.
Tell me a little bit about the progress RCR as a whole has made this year. A lot of talk in the middle of the year about how strongly your new teammate Tyler Reddick was coming on. You guys were fast at the same time. Where you were a year ago versus where you are now, how much more strongly do you feel about your place in the sport, your team's place in the sport?
Well, as far as where we're at as a team, I feel like we've done a lot to make ourselves better at communicating. My crew chief, Justin's done an amazing job. Our spotter, Brandon. Teammates have brought in some fire with Randall and Reddick. They've had speed at different tracks this year that we haven't had speed at in the past, and it's been nice to have a new outlook on those. And we've just been pushing each other really hard, and that's what you love to see. You want to go out there and be competitive together and have the opportunity to bring home trophies.
You mentioned Justin Alexander, your crew chief. As you get into these, some of them lend themselves to more strategy, the tracks, and some of them do not necessarily. And I think from what you've said in the past, you kind of feel like your guy is willing to roll the dice a little bit more than sticking with the traditional path. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I think more times than not that we advance our track position off of bold strategy, and it's not just like throwing a dart and doing something that's going to kill your race, but pretty much set you up for a better finish. And he's done that a lot, whether it be two tires, running long, short pitting, whatever it calls for the situation. And we've got a good group at RCR with our war room and, the tools, the strategy tools that we have to take advantage of, races that call for bold strategy.
A new dad this year, that's the bigger news other than racing. And as most guys know, there's more to life than racing right now. And you were certainly fitting that bill with Ace now on the scene. What has surprised you here over these few months as you've gotten to know your young son?
Well, it's just another love that you find. You know, everything everybody says about parenthood is true. And today I'm a little bummed he's got to get his first shots. So hoping that all that goes well. And but he's a great kid, and just watching him grow each and every day. He eats, sleeps, and he watches cars. He likes watching cars in the morning for just a little bit. He likes that first scene on the first car. So it's fun being a dad, and just can't wait to be able to take him to the track for the first time and let him experience the sights and the smells when all this pandemic is over.
Do you sometimes wrestle with, man, I want him to be this old so we can do this and that, versus, man, I don't want this to go too fast because I want it to last?
It's definitely, I want it to last right now because he's so cute and fun, and waking up with him and seeing him in the morning. And it's nice. And I know that time's not going to last because I've seen him grow already. He's grown so much. I feel like he's grown a foot and 10 pounds, and it's nuts. So I'm fine with it taking his time and enjoying the process.
We had the short track action in Richmond, and it'll be kind of odd going there at this spot in the schedule, but I mean, that's the way the thing turned out to be. When you think about Richmond, what leaps to mind first?
It used to be a very frustrating track for me, a place that I could not figure out how to adjust my car to make it right. And then we kind of hit on a setup, and after a test there, it's been really good. We've finished sixth twice, I think, over the last 3 or 4 races. And I have a blast there now. I've kind of found a little rhythm. It's a rhythm track. It's a line-sensitive track, and how you take care of your tires. Another place that's very tire fall off, big fall off. So how you take care of your car and adjust it from dark to night. I mean, I don't know if it'll start in the daytime and go into the light, or if it's just a straight night race, but it changes a lot as rubber lays down. And I'll be looking forward to that one. That's the one I've got circled in the first round as a really great track for us.
And then we finish up the first set with Bristol. Everybody loves going there. We've already visited this season, so you may have a better notebook than you might have otherwise. What do you think about racing in the playoffs at Bristol?
Yeah, Bristol is that's one of them places that can be very frustrating or very fun, depending on what kind of car you got to drive there. I ran the Open there this year, and we had a good short run car, and it kind of would fade. And then the first race there this year, we had a better long run car, and we've tried 2 different ways. So we got to find how to hit that in the middle, kind of find a good middle ground that allows us to adjust the car. And we finished 6th in that first race. And I think if you're looking at it right now, I'd probably take it going into the playoffs, and probably could transfer with that on the last one if you have 2 good first 2 races.
Final question for you, Austin. With every crazy thing that's happened this year, and some of it's happened to you with the positive COVID test as well, and I know that had to be a kind of a scary situation with a new baby at home. Are you kind of surprised or proud or all of the above that everything has gone the way it has to get us to this point to where we're finally back on track to where we should be?
Yeah, it's nice to have a sanctioned body like NASCAR that pushed ahead to be one of the first ones back. We were aggressive in this, and I think we were safe, and we did everything we could to get best of both worlds. We wanted to be safe and get back on a track so fans can enjoy, and I've sure enjoyed it, and I think it's been good product also.
All right, Austin, good luck in the playoffs, and we appreciate your time.
Thanks, Woody.
Sir, are you aware you were going 40 miles an hour? This is a residential area.
Sure, but I'm on my lawnmower? Wait, am I getting a ticket?
No, I've just never seen anyone top 9 miles an hour on one of those bad boys. And mow their entire lawn in 30 seconds? What got into you?
Well, it did fuel up at Sunoco this morning.
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. We've been doing it for American racing for over 50 years. Fuel your best.
That's all the time we've got for this edition of MRN Out Loud. We'll be back next week with more as we continue with race number 3 in the playoffs. I'm Woody Cain, and we'll see you right back here next week.